The war for Eala's loyalty has begun, and it's playing out in the most public way possible. Just weeks before she steps onto Arthur Ashe Stadium as the highest-seeded Filipino player in history, Adidas has made a bold move to steal the Filipina sensation from Nike. The tennis world is stunned, and fans are scrambling to understand what this means for the Eala effect. The stakes couldn't be higher. According to industry estimates, Eala could now command upwards of $10 million annually in endorsement deals. Her current sponsorship roster already reads like a who's who of global brands: Nike, Babolat, Globe Telecom, Bank of the Philippine Islands, Milo Philippines, Locally Juice, and the recently announced Marriott Bonvoy partnership. The travel giant named Eala the face of its Asia-Pacific Tennis the World campaign, describing her as one of the most exciting names to emerge on the professional tennis world stage today. The timing of Adidas's move is significant. Marriott Bonvoy's global partnership with the Australian Open and Nike's release of a signature $42 shirt that sold out within minutes demonstrate the commercial power Eala now commands. The black cotton tee, featuring her name and Nike's Just Do It slogan, vanished from shelves, while merchandise from Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner, and Aryna Sabalenka remained available. Adidas sees what the tennis world already knows. Eala is not just a player, she is a phenomenon. The Filipino diaspora that has transformed tournaments from Washington to Toronto to New York makes her a marketing goldmine unlike any other. With her profile projected to grow exponentially at the US Open, the battle for her signature has become one of the most closely watched sponsorship wars in tennis. The question is, will Eala stay loyal to Nike, the brand that has honored her heritage with sampaguita hair ties and kapag lumago, hindi nahihinto visors? Or will Adidas's offer prove too tempting to resist? The Adidas poaching attempt isn't just about money. It's about a relationship that Nike has carefully cultivated over years. One built on cultural respect and a deep understanding of what Eala represents to the Philippines. The partnership between Nike and Eala has been deeply personal from the start. In July 2025, for her Wimbledon debut, Nike gifted Eala with a custom hair tie designed in the form of a sampaguita blossom, the national flower of the Philippines. The accompanying handwritten note quoted the Filipino proverb, "Kung may tinanim, may anihin," what you plant, you will one day reap. Eala shared the moment on Instagram, writing, "The sampaguita, the flower of my country, a reminder of where I come from, and everything that brought me here." The tradition continued a year later. During Wimbledon 2026, Eala wore a personalized visor embroidered with the Filipino phrase, "Kapag lumago, hindi nahihinto." Once it grows, it cannot be stopped. The gesture was more than just a sponsorship activation. It was a recognition of Eala's journey and her cultural identity. Nike had placed her portrait in its legendary gallery at the company's world headquarters in Oregon, a space reserved for the brand's most iconic athletes. The establishment now features some of her photos, including one titled "History in Full Bloom." Eala's loyalty to Nike has been reflected in her choice of attire. When she arrived at the US Open, she was expected to don a striking royal blue dress with shades of black and white, the signature look for Nike's star players. The design was part of a broader Nike strategy to outfit its top athletes in coordinated colorways, as seen with Naomi Osaka, Mira Andreeva, and Zheng Qinwen. Nike's investment in Eala has paid off in ways few could have predicted. Her signature $42 shirt sold out within minutes. The Full in Bloom limited edition shirt, designed by Filipino artist Georgina Camus for Wimbledon, celebrated her debut while cementing the sampaguita as a recurring emblem of her journey. Eala also became a brand ambassador for the Filipino juice brand locally in July 2025 and for Milo in February 2026. The question for Eala is deeply personal. Nike has honored her heritage in ways that transcend a standard sponsorship. The sampaguita hair tie, the kapag lumago, hindi nahihinto visor, and the Full in Bloom shirt are not just marketing. They are tributes to who she is and where she comes from. Adidas can offer money, but can it offer that same cultural connection? The roar of the crowd at the US Open is one thing. The roar of the marketplace is something else entirely. And when Adidas set its sights on Eala, they weren't just looking at a tennis player. They were looking at a $10 million annual endorsement empire in the making. The numbers tell a story that has every sportswear giant salivating. According to industry's estimates cited by Tennis 365, Eala could now command approximately $10 million annually in endorsement deals. To put that in perspective, Emma Raducanu's Uniqlo deal was reported at around $3.5 million per year after her US Open triumph. Eala is positioned to surpass that benchmark, potentially commanding more than Raducanu in major sponsorship talks before she's even won a Grand Slam. The comparison to Raducanu is impossible to ignore. The British star attracted a wave of sponsorships after her 2021 US Open victory, helped by her appeal across multiple markets. But Eala now has a chance to surpass that model, with her popularity in the Philippines expected to extend well beyond her home country. One key difference, Eala already has a much deeper connection to her fans. As she told Forbes Asia after being named to its 30 under 30 list, tennis can sometimes feel quiet and serious, so having that energy makes it special. Her current sponsorship portfolio already reads like a blue-chip collection. Nike, Babolat, Globe Telecom. Her first endorsement deal came at just 8 years old. Bank of the Philippine Islands, Milo Philippines, Locally Juice, and the recently announced Marriott Bonvoy partnership. The travel giant named Eala the face of its Asia-Pacific Tennis the World campaign, describing her as authentic, inspiring, and proudly connected to the region we serve. But it's the Filipino diaspora that makes Eala a marketing goldmine unlike any other. The nation's 10 million strong diaspora, forced overseas in search of better-paying jobs, is now paying hundreds of dollars for center court seats and leaving traditional notions of prim tennis etiquette at the door. Philippine flags have become an increasingly familiar sight wherever Eala competes. From Australia and Dubai to Rome, London, Washington, and Toronto, the chants of "Let's go, Alex!" have followed her around the world. The grassroots revolution is already translating into commercial opportunity. French sporting goods retailer Decathlon has seen sales of beginner rackets spike 66% in the Philippines in the past year. The company has been fielding a round tide of sponsorship requests from communities building tennis courts and putting on clinics. Philippine Tennis Association Executive Director Tanet Mendoza has witnessed the transformation firsthand. Apart from just bringing in people to watch, she's actually got people to play. Adidas sees what the tennis world already knows. Eala is not just a player, she is a phenomenon. Her US Open Nike outfit reportedly sold out ahead of the gear associated with Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner, and Aryna Sabalenka, 3 of the biggest names in tennis. If there were still doubts about Eala's ability to attract attention beyond her results, this may be the clearest answer yet. The question for Adidas is simple. Can they offer Eala what Nike already has? A relationship built on cultural respect and a deep understanding of what she represents to the Philippines? The sampaguita hair tie, the kapag lumago, hindi nahihinto visor, the full in bloom shirt. These aren't just marketing. They are tributes to who she is and where she comes from. Adidas can offer money. But can it offer that same cultural connection? The war for Alex Eala's loyalty has begun, and it's playing out in the most public way possible, with her US Open outfit at the center of the storm. The royal blue Nike dress, priced at $140, has already become one of the most talked-about kits of the tournament. The design features a streamlined silhouette with black and white trimming, sheer mesh panels running along the sides, and a racerback shape aligned with the Nike swoosh medium support bra. The old royal colorway has drawn comparisons to Pia Wurtzbach-Johnson's famous Albert Andrade gown from the 2015 Miss Universe pageant, giving it an added layer of cultural significance for Filipino fans. The basketball-inspired design is part of Nike's broader US Open collection, which leans heavily into basketball themes this year. Large hole mesh panels, inspired by basketball nets, are placed along the back and sides to help players stay cool on the hard courts of Flushing Meadows. The dress is made from high-performance recycled polyester and incorporates Nike's signature dry fit technology, a lightweight material designed to allow players to move comfortably on the court. But the dress's popularity has also highlighted Nike's vulnerability. Industry analysts have noted that in the post-Rafael Nadal and Serena Williams era, Nike has fallen behind its competitors in tennis. The American brand has still not released signature collections for Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, while Osaka is the only signature athlete on the women's side. Eala's rapid rise has provided a much-needed jolt, but the question remains, is Nike doing enough to retain her loyalty? Eala is currently a Nike athlete, but not a signature athlete. Nike has released limited edition apparel capsules for Eala in select markets, but the lack of a full signature collection could leave the door open for Adidas to make a compelling offer. The US Open kit that has everyone talking may also be the last Eala wears for Nike, if the sponsorship war takes an unexpected turn. The sponsorship war for Alex Eala's loyalties has reached a fever pitch just days before the US Open. And the decision she makes could reshape not just her career, but the entire landscape of tennis marketing. The numbers tell a story of immense commercial potential. According to industry estimates cited by Tennis 365, Eala could now command approximately $10 million annually in endorsement deals. This places her in rarefied air, approaching the commercial territory of Emma Raducanu following her 2021 US Open triumph. While Coco Gauff still leads the pack with an estimated $23 million in annual endorsements, Eala's trajectory suggests she could close that gap faster than anyone anticipated. Adidas sees what Nike already knows. Eala is not just a tennis player, she is a cultural phenomenon. The Filipino diaspora, estimated at over 10 million worldwide, has turned every tournament she plays into a celebration of national pride. From Washington's 80% ticket inquiries to Toronto's sold-out sessions to New York's Arthur Ashe Stadium takeover, the Eala effect has transformed the economics of the tournaments she graces. Nike's investment in Eala has been deeply personal. The brand gifted her a custom sampaguita hair tie for her Wimbledon debut, the national flower of the Philippines, with a handwritten note quoting the Filipino proverb, "Kung may tinanim, may anihin." She wore a visor embroidered with "Kapag lumago, hindi nahihinto" at Wimbledon 2026. Nike released a limited edition shirt designed by Filipino artist Georgina Camus featuring the sampaguita. These gestures are not just marketing. They are tributes to who she is and where she comes from. But Nike's vulnerability is showing. In the post-Rafael Nadal and Serena Williams era, the brand has fallen behind competitors in tennis. Nike has still not released signature collections for Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, while Osaka is the only signature athlete on the women's side. Eala is a Nike athlete, but not a signature athlete. The lack of a full signature collection could leave the door open for Adidas to make a compelling offer. The US Open kit that has everyone talking may also be the last Eala wears for Nike. The royal blue dress, priced at $140, has already become one of the most talked about kits of the tournament. But if Adidas can offer Eala more money, a signature collection, and a commitment to honoring her Filipino heritage, this decision could be far from straightforward. What happens when a young woman from Manila becomes the center of a sponsorship war between two of the world's biggest sportswear brands? What happens when her decision could reshape the tennis marketing landscape for years to come? And when Alex Eala steps onto Arthur Ashe Stadium, will she be wearing the swoosh or the three stripes? The decision could change everything. Adidas is reportedly attempting to steal Alex Eala from Nike just weeks before the US Open. The sponsorship war comes at a crucial moment, with industry estimates suggesting Eala could command $10 million annually in endorsements. Nike has invested deeply in honoring her Filipino heritage, with sampaguita tributes and limited edition designs. But the brand's vulnerability in the postnatal Williams era leaves the door open for Adidas. Eala's royal blue US Open dress has already become one of the most talked about kits of the tournament. The decision could reshape tennis marketing for years to come. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We bring you the biggest stories in tennis, drama, and emotion every single week. Don't miss what happens next.